everyone, it's Cindy and welcome to my channel, or if it's your first time here, you are so welcome. Thank you for joining me. In today's video we've got a different background. I'm doing more of a vloggy video. This is going to be very informal, although it does have a structure, you'll be pleased to know. So the video today is all about really weird videos. Well, some people might think they're weird, that I like to watch. I find them really relaxing and I love watching them. They make me feel good. And I get lots of tingly feelings when I watch them, and no, not in that way. So if you're intrigued to find out more about that, then just keep watching. So I expect you're dying to know what this is all about, or you might have seen the answer in the title of this video. But what I'm talking about today is ASMR. And ASMR are special kinds of, well, there's all types of ways of consuming it, but I like to get it through videos. ASMR videos specifically I'm going to be talking about. And we're all looking for ways to relax more, and there's lots more stress and anxiety and stuff in the world today. And I'm so fortunate that I've got lots and lots of different ways that I can relax. I could do breathing exercises, I could meditate, I could do a mindfulness body scan, do some tapping, I could listen to a guided meditation. There's so many different ways I can relax myself. And when my body and mind is relaxed, I'm much more creative and happier and able to go about my day in being the best version of myself possible. And we all know that relaxation is good for us, and most of us don't do it enough. And a lot of the time we're looking for ways to help us get into that mode. So there's this thing called ASMR, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'll be talking about it in 3 different ways. First of all, I want to tell you what I'm aiming to do with this video really is to just tell you about it, introduce you to the idea, and then you can decide if you want to look into it more and find out if perhaps you also get ASMR tingles when you watch these videos, because only a certain percentage of the population actually get it. And you can find out if you're one of them. So I'm going to talk about ASMR and in 3 different ways. I'm going to start off in the first part of talking about what it is. And I've just looked it up because I had a kind of vague understanding, but I wanted to make this video so that you guys would hear about it. But I also obviously wanted to find out a bit more about it so that I could tell you, because I've just accepted it on face value that I watch ASMR videos and I like them and they feel good. So you know me, not much of a detailed person most of the time. So I've looked into it, I've got a few details on some notes just to let you know what it's all about. In the second part I'll be talking about why you might want to look at them, watch them, listen to them, whatever it is you decide to do. What might be the benefits for you, that's so what kind of question. And then the third part is what next, where can you find them, and what kind of videos I watch and that kind of thing, just to give you some pointers to get started if you do decide to explore it. So let's get into part 1 straight away. ASMR, what does it even mean? So it stands for Autonomous Median Sensory Response, just checking that R word, response. And it's an involuntary response that some people get from certain stimuli, and it manifests as like a kind of a tingly feeling that quite often starts in the scalp and travels down the back, but also can be felt elsewhere, and it can be described as low-grade euphoria, which sounds pretty good, hey? And I can say from my own perspective what it does is it does give me sort of, I wouldn't say it was that tingly as in how I think of tingly, sort of like that kind of feeling, but it's more like a wave of kind of that kind of goes over my body, down my back and just through my tummy and just down through my legs, and it feels really so relaxing. A bit like I don't know really, if I get into a really good meditation state and I get into that really deep relaxation feeling, then I'll get that and it's the same sort of feeling I get. And ASMR has lots of different, people are triggered in different ways, but the 2 main ones are acoustic and visual. So some of the acoustic triggers can be things like repetitive sounds. It could be whispered voices or softly spoken words. Those things can be quite triggering for a lot of people. I quite like soft-spoken and whispered words. Repetitive sounds, it depends on the sound. So we'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. And the other one being visual, that could be something like somebody folding towels. That can be really visually stimulating for some people for ASMR, or doing up a zip. So you get the audio and the visual from that. And again, I quite like that, which sounds weird. I like watching people do zips backwards and forwards, different zips on different things. And so yeah, judge me if you like. You know, we all know I'm a weirdo, but I enjoy watching those kind of videos. So some of the auditory triggers can be things like, I quite like the crinkling of like face wipe packets or baby wipe packets. Not if I do it, but if I watch someone else doing it, I find that the sound and the visual of it quite satisfying, and it is very relaxing. So those are the kind of triggers that you might get. Also personal attention, which is another one that I really respond to. So someone doing a role play or talking to you through the camera, and maybe just giving you some personal time. And you know, that's something that we're lacking a lot in today's world, so I feel that that's probably why that's so popular. And some of the ones that I like I'll talk about later as well. So that's really what ASMR, that's the first bit of the puzzle. So hopefully you understand it a little bit more. If you want to find out more, just Google it. There's a Wikipedia page, obviously, but there's loads and loads of blogs and things about it, and websites. There's no clinical research into it at the moment, but or no clinical results anyway. But there's a lot of anecdotal research and results, which I'll tell you about next. So in part 2, we're moving on to part 2, which is the why. Why would you want to even bother looking into it? So I can't even remember. I think I stumbled on it. Maybe there was an article in, maybe it was the Daily Mail, which I don't read. It was online. I don't read it, but it came up in my Facebook feed, I think. And it was saying, you know, weird towel folding video makes people relax or something, and I thought, that's weird, what's that all about? And so there's a lot of anecdotal evidence from people in the comments on the videos or whatever that there is this effect that happens and is triggered by these things. And some of the benefits people talk about are, first of all, it's relaxing. They find it helps them with anxiety and depression and also insomnia. So this is just people talking about the benefits that they've received from watching ASMR videos. Sometimes they just feel like there's someone there with them. They feel less lonely. You know, it's a really powerful thing. And what I get from it really is that, yeah, that sense of relaxation. The tingles, that's lovely, but it's that sort of sense of real, true, deep relaxation. And you know, and sometimes they're fun as well, so it's finding a fun video to watch. So if you're looking for a way that could help you to get into that relaxed state, something that's a bit of fun, that doesn't cost you anything and will potentially help with anxiety and depression and help you sleep. I mean, I must admit, they do make me feel pretty sleepy if I watch them at night, because when you get into that really relaxed state, you're allowing yourself to sort of drop off to sleep. Make sure if you do watch them for insomnia late at night, you know, if you're watching on a device where you can do that, put it onto the blue light filter mode so that you are not keeping your brain awake with the blue light from your phone. If you don't know what that is, then Google it, and then hopefully you can either do that on your phone or get an app to do it, because that will obviously be counteracting any relaxing effects of the ASMR video. So I'm going to have a sip of tea because it's a Sunday and I just thought I'd sit down and make this video with you. So hang on. Lovely cup of chamomile. And it's not really such a big mug, it's kind of big, but it's not quite as big as my head. So that's the why is, and also just to find out if you've got ASMR, you know, if you can get those tingles or not. And don't worry if you don't, there's lots of other ways to relax and help with anxiety and depression and all that stuff, but it's a bit of fun. Go find out, and if you like it, then you've got another thing that you can use, and it's absolutely free. And there are so many different people making ASMR videos in different ways for different triggers that will appeal to different people. So try lots of different ones and find the ones you like, and subscribe to their channels, and look out for their new videos. I have a few that I go back to, like the same video over and over again, and I just keep watching it just because I find that particular video really soothing and relaxing. So that's part 2, really, why you might even want to look into ASMR. And then the third part, the third aspect of it is where do you find this stuff? How do you narrow it down? Because there are millions of them. I think millions, many thousands of ASMR videos anyway. So I look on YouTube. You could just Google it, but then you'd be looking for the video results anyway. I go onto YouTube and I'll search, and the kind of keywords I use, I'll put ASMR first, and then I might put, I've mentioned that I like the personal attention type videos, and I like the role play ones. So you might have someone who, you know, they're acting like the camera is you, and they're doing a spa facial or something like that. So they'll talk through all of that, and the squirting of the bottles and the squeaking of different things and tapping. Like they'll get a cup and they'll tap, you know, like this around a microphone, and you'll get the noise. And they've got these special microphones which are so it's kind of like a stereo effect, but sometimes they've even got ears on them, these microphone things, and they can kind of do stuff around the ears, and it feels like it's on your ear. It's really weird. I mean, I know, I understand, I fully appreciate that this sounds weird, but don't knock it till you've tried it. So they have, so get back on topic. This is the trouble with the relaxed videos. So they comment below if you've been intrigued by this, if you want to check out ASMR, you know, comment below if you think this is weird. Let me know, and if you're willing to give weird a try. So yeah, so you have these people, they'll do spa facials or head massage, or I quite like the makeup role plays. So you can, so I would search ASMR makeup role play, and just scroll down through the results and see, you know, which thumbnail I like the look of, or which title I like the look of, and I'll just watch that. And best thing to do is watch it with earphones or headphones, because then you get the full sort of stereo binaural effect. So that's a really good idea. Or I would search for maybe, so with one of the auditory triggers, I might search for ASMR crinkle plastic. I know it sounds silly, but you'll get a whole bunch of videos about crinkling plastic. Or you could do ASMR page turning, and you'll have people turning pages of books or magazines, and a lot of people find that gives them ASMR. What else would I search for? I wrote down, oh, those are the 2 I wrote. So you can search for you could do ASMR Reiki roleplay or Reiki session, and you'll get someone doing a role play of giving you Reiki. They might even be, if they're a Reiki professional, they might be giving you Reiki through the video, which, by the way, also works. You can search for anything that you fancy, really. So the key thing is to think about, you know, if there's one of the things I've mentioned that you think might float your boat, then just search for it, watch a few videos, see if you like them or not, and then maybe look in the suggestions underneath, or at the side if you're on a computer, where it'll come up with suggestions of other videos you might like. So it might give you other ideas. Or you could just put in ASMR and look at all the different results that come up, which will be many, and just click on a random one and see if you like it. That could be a really good way of finding ASMR videos that you like. But my best advice for you really is just to, if you fancy the idea, if you think it's interesting and you might like it, and you would like to have something that you can use to help you relax and possibly help with other things like anxiety, depression and insomnia, then, you know, you've got nothing to lose by having a look. Do a bit of searching around, have a bit of a play, listen to a few and see what you like. So there we are, that's my confession. I like to watch weird videos to help me relax, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think they're brilliant, and more and more people are getting into it. So have a look if you're brave enough, and let me know in the comments what kind of ASMR videos you like. When you have a look, what do you find floats your boat? Is it packets of baby wipes or zips, or opening and closing bottles? That's quite a good one. Plastic bottles, and they sort of unscrew and almost take off and then screw back on the lid and then unscrew it and then roll it around a bit. And the sound with the microphones they're using is really, I can't explain, but it's just really satisfying. It's such a strange thing. It's like sometimes they use tuning forks, and that can be for some people a trigger. It's not for me. But you can search for ASMR triggers, and some people make videos with lots of different triggers in, so you can choose, you can find some that are yours. I watched one of those and I discovered I like makeup brushes being brushed onto the microphone. They have like a fuzzy, like a foam cover on their microphone, and I like the sound of a makeup brush being brushed onto the microphone. Don't know why, but that sound really, really satisfies me. What other sounds did I discover? The zip sound, that was what I discovered from watching one of those trigger videos, ASMR triggers. Crinkling sounds. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, apologies if it wobbles around when I laugh. It's because it's on a tripod. All right, so let's pull that all together. I've explained what ASMR is, and hopefully you've got a very, very brief understanding. And if you want to find out more, just Google it. There is tons of information out there. In the second part, I explained why you might want to do it for the relaxation, maybe help with insomnia, anxiety or depression, and possibly other things, I don't know. It's such a new, I think it's such an unexplored field. They don't really know what it helps, but it could be helping lots of things that we don't know about. But we all know that when we feel relaxed, that things go better and our bodies are doing better, so that's a good thing. And then in the third part, we talked about where you can find them and how to search for the kind of videos that you will like. So that's it. So my aim today was to give you a bit of background and give you some information so that you can decide if you want to find out more. I will leave some links to some of my favourite ASMRtists, is what they're called, ASMRtists. I'll leave some of those links down below to their channels, or maybe my favourite videos, I haven't quite decided, or maybe both. And then you can have a look at those and see the kind of weirdness that I'm into. And if you decide to look into ASMR, or you already watch ASMR, do comment below. Let me know what you like. Maybe you've got favourite videos that I can check out and see if I like them. So there we are, that's the subject. So I hope you enjoyed today's bit more relaxed vlog, sitting in the living room here with my big cup of tea, and I hope you've learned something. Let me know in the comments if you do decide to check out ASMR, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know. Share it with your friends, share the weirdness. We all need a bit in our lives, and who doesn't want to be more relaxed and have a free thing that they can use to do that? And if you want to catch more of my videos, then do hit the subscribe button. Remember to hit the little bell. There's a little notification bell just down there. If you hit that, then you will get notified when I upload. Otherwise, you'll have to look out for my videos. That YouTube doesn't always share them in your kind of, what do they call that, in the home bit, in the subscription panel bit, where they give you all the videos they suggest for you. It doesn't always put them in there. So if you hit the bell, you know you'll definitely get my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next video.